Greetings, it's Vaygrim. Welcome to a Tuesday episode of ForgeCraft. There was not a Thursday episode last week because the server was very laggy and nobody was available to reset it. But in theory, soon we'll be getting a mod where I will be able to do, let's see, I think it's restart or reboot, exclamation point reboot. And that will actually cycle the server, and I cannot wait for that. I think it's going to be an amazing addition to the ForgeCraft repertoire. Until then, I think I am one of the last surviving holdouts on ForgeCraft 2. From the sounds of it, 12 p.m. via Forge factorization. Okay. Weird. Thank you, factorization. Fireball 1725 has had a machine crash. His computer is having technical issues. He's having to reinstall everything, redo everything. So he's out for at least the foreseeable next couple of days. I think he's been out for a little while now. And he is basically technically recovering from that disaster. Wow, do I have something with less particles? Yeah, I do. Bigger, but I have something with less particles. Watch, I'm going to fall out of the sky. No, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, yep. Love that. Basically, T-Love Tech is on periodically, but he is a very busy streamer, so he's really not on that much anymore. I haven't seen Mysterious Ages on in a long time, I think because T-Love hasn't been on and they were teamed up. Morbilara steps on a couple times a week and builds. She's making great progress on her actual construction that I think she realizes now was probably a little bit larger than was needed. I don't think she's going to have enough time to finish it. I'm not sure, because I suspect as soon as everybody gets back from Minecon, this server will probably reset. I'm not dead set on that. I don't know that for sure, but that is hunch. Hunch, rumor, and innuendo. So, T-Love Tech is on periodically. Morbilara is on 2 or 3 times a week. Rorax, I think, is on maybe once or twice a week. There are no people that just idle on the server. When the server first started, Fireball was on all the time. T-Love was on all the time. It's kind of dwindled out now. And this is a cycle I'm going to have to get used to. It is a common cycle of your average Forge crafter. That's okay. The people that are on most consistently or most regularly are those that schedule streams like Morbilara or Soren and Direwolf 20, who still step on pretty regularly to do batch episode recording. And that's cool. We YouTubers lead a different existence on things so than the average streamer does, and that's understandable. I hope you can see that I've actually made strides in construction. Let's get a little bit of height here real quick. I'm going to squid bomb. I love doing this. Squid. And then it is suddenly... This is the newest edition. I think I put it out a little too far, but I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to put a support beam from this corner right here, straight up to it. And from this corner right here, straight up to it to look like it is being supported. I'm thinking about using steel scaffolding from immersive engineering, but I don't know how this stuff is going to look underwater. So we'll have to experiment with that. I might have to use a steel block or maybe an iron block that I chisel or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it has a very elaborate dual layer glass floor that I'm actually kind of pleased with. Look kind of trippy. Let's go up here. In set, if you notice, if you look at the top left corner, this is clear glass from Tinker's Construct and quite clear glass from Ender.io. They don't cross-connect, so you can make these really cool patterns. And then every once in a while, I put in an enlightened clear glass block from Ender.io that lights the whole space up around it. That's why it's not dark and dismal. That's why I did the roof of this with Ender.io glass, because I can sneak in. You see, I can do enlightened, just kind of hide it in there. I need to put one right here in the hallway, just to kind of light the hallway up a little bit. Put one underneath it, too. But yeah, I've got these really big windows. It's going to have some supports down here on this end, connecting to this side of the glass. And I like it. It did come out at an odd level. If I put it any lower to match up with this, it's going to be too close to the glass, and it will block a lot of visibility. If I do it higher to match up with this level, I would have to extend the tower some. So I made a compromise. It's halfway. That's fine. I'm still thinking about actually having a door on the top level of the tech center, middle of this wall, that comes out and up to a module kind of like this one. I actually might put it at the corner and off-center it so it looks a little bit more, I don't know, strange. There's going to be another one of these. I'm going to stick off this way. And I'm going to actually nestle it into the... What is that? Oh, that is the mine shaft I found. I have no blocks to cover that up. Hang on a sec. Let's get a shovel real quick. Ugh, no, come here. My poor flint shovel. Let's just grab some gravel. I realize that this is probably very dark. Under the sea at night is not exactly the best of lighting conditions. Okay, better. I think that also stops the flowing water. So I'm actually going to take another one of these off this way, and it's going to nestle into the hill right here. It is going to be half buried. I might still put the glass in, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Yeah, and then I'm thinking about underground facility, entirely underground, that's going to cross-connect the Ag Lab to the basement of this little tower right here. So yeah, let's go inside real quick. Boop, boop. Let me pack away my shovel. And go down here to the elevator that has served me well. Let's go into the tech center real quick. I cannot begin to express how many times I have accidentally walked through this and then had to, while on fire, walk over to the elevator, stand on this, go up, put myself out, come back down. It's happened a lot. Happened a whole lot. So, none of this down here has changed. Not really. I have a whole bunch of glass that I've been making specifically because it's very easy to grind up cobblestone into glass using that setup. But I actually need more Tinker's glass and less Ender IO glass. Did I end up with a no surplus of lava? Let's go get some more netherrack. Why do we use netherrack to make lava and not cobblestone? Because netherrack uses less power because it smelts faster. What the heck? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we've updated Ender IO, but I'm not sure. I'm still not very happy with this part right here. Any iSync disabled. You see that? Iron. That should be enabled. This should be disabled. Iron. It doesn't work. All it does is change the status. I need to make sure that Terrag has patched this to make sure that's fixed, because it's kind of annoying. So, go over here real quick. I still have a grave for Matabase in my basement. And I expect that Matabase probably logged on once and he's not going to come back. I do feel kind of sorry for him because apparently when he stepped on, he got trolled by Fireball and Soren, I think it was. He got trolled pretty heavily when he was actually on the server. So, I do not have an elevator yet. I'm going to figure that out. There's probably going to be another floor right here. It's going to be a little... Okay, whatever. Stairs. Probably going to be another floor on this level right here. I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's do that. So there's this floor right here. And this floor right here, I think. that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another exit out over here for that one that I was talking about that's going to be nestled into the hillside. Then I'm going to bore straight into the mountain this way and make a room. And then probably do the same thing here, and here, and here. So this is basically just going to be a junction building. This building is going to be a junction for a whole bunch of other modules that are going to spread off of it. Am I going to have time to make all of these ideas before the server resets? I don't know. But we'll have to see. One step at a time. Nice glass floor. I like being able to do this. I do wish, however, that there was some way I could get rid of the streakiness of water on the outside of this glass, because it looks horrible. Once upon a time, you could put certain layers. This was back in 1.6.4 before this render bug, quote unquote, got fixed. There were certain ways where if you were like looking through a portal, water would disappear, like a nether portal, or a portal for Mistcraft. Another perfectly good example of this is if you were actually putting like certain kinds of ice. If you looked through ice, it didn't render water on the underside of it. So I really wish there was some way that we could alter the rendering, because the streakiness on glass completely kills the underwater base. So yeah, you see this? I get this really nice double glass floor, and it's, in my opinion, kind of killed by the streakiness. I can barely see what's going on outside. Even with all of the plant life I've got lighting stuff up out there, it's pretty dang dark. You know, I can see the buildings because they light up so much, but that's about it. Anyway, I need to get the some enlightened clear glass on these corner blocks. Like that one right there. Horrible. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I think initial concerns, what I might do is take out a 3x3 grid of this glass right here in the middle, and then put the giant thing, that thing right there, basically the transmutation table, put it inset into the floor right here, then move all the EE3 stuff to the outer edges around the corners. That might be a good start to things. With the space that I drill into the mountain either this way or the floor below, this way, down here on this floor. Let me see if I can, there we go. So basically the door I put here and tunnel into the mountain, I would make this bigger so I can afford myself some space for blood magic. Now, I would probably only be able to put a tier 3 or a tier 4, and it's not going to be automated. It's going to be a self-sacrifice altar. But I'm not going to devote a lot of time to that, because Way of Time is still in the middle of an overhaul to make self-sacrifice altars in blood magic and self-sacrifice in general a more viable method. I don't think he's ever pushed out that update yet, but he's still working on it somewhere, hopefully. Crunch. There go my ankles. Okay. I am excited about all of this progress. I do hope, though, that we can finally get rid of iguana tweaks. I need to just push out this whole floor level. There's no point in having this elevated like this. Not really. It's like this over here. I lowered it. I need to do the same thing here. Anyway. Even after the reset, we're going to be stuck with these bad numbers for big reactors. Next time around, I'm probably just going to build up the materials and go a massive passive power generator. Or do something weird and do like a pink sheep farm and do the pink generators. But the pink generators have horrible turnover. So I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know. Either I might go some extra utilities generators, or go immersive engineering passive power. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if this group ends up nerfing the passive power from immersive engineering somehow, and the next reset, it's not quite as good. I like being able to see that lit up floor of that building right there. It's nice. And the lit up glass in this, yeah, it's real cool. But we'll see. Let's see. I have not had time to step on the server and do much else, unfortunately. Between connection problems and stepping on with the server having a TPS of 10, I have not devoted a lot of time to ForgeCraft 2 over the weekend, and I do apologize for that. I wish I could have gotten more done. I'll be honest, a lot of my motivation kind of got drained out of me when the whole big reactors and laser drill thing ended up flopping as hard as it did. I really didn't realize just how horrible the power generation numbers are on our big reactors. I did not realize it was tuned that badly in the Direwolf 20 pack. And that's fine, that's Direwolf 20 choice, that's the way he likes his pack. I have it tuned differently in my pack because I like it that way. But this was a pretty massive waste of time and resources. It was a fun exercise, but when it comes to actually making stuff, and the fact that I had to use a ton of iron for this, and I barely have any iron as it is, yeah, it's just one of those situations where this was a colossal waste of resources that I already don't have. And to make matters worse, the thing I was making the power for, the mining drill, the power usage on it is so high, which I did know going in, but the return of investment for what kind of ore you get from it is so bad that it's just not worth it. At least not to me. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. You can get a really nice view of the compound now. I was going to do a diesel generator setup from Immersive Engineering up here, but I have not done that yet, specifically because I'm going to have to go out and find a lot of oil apparently, I think, or hemp. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to start a hemp farm, I think, at least. Might be able to do it that way, but problem number 2 is the fact that it needs resources that I can't get most times. My automated mining solution has been thwarted. I don't have the resources to be able to make a second one, even if it's just a normal quarry. And I haven't been able to get those resources because of server lag. So I do apologize that I'm not able to actually devote more time and energy to the content on this, but we'll see. I'm going to cut things short here. I'm going to quit battling. I am going to try and do some mining on this server tonight. I don't know how it's going to go. We'll see. The server is behaving now, so I'm going to do a little bit now, but I'm going to have to go get this episode rendering first, which means logging off, and I'll come back on later and see if it's going to behave enough for me to actually mine. If it does, then hopefully for Thursday's episode we can do something interesting. If not, maybe I'll do another base tour. Rorax has a really amazing place that I'd love to show off. I just got to check with her first. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Make sure you have a good Tuesday. Bye-bye.